What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Rambo Ray PGA 2K episodes. Today, it's our first teaching episode. I saw a few comments that people wanted to know what are my tricks to chipping. So today we're going to go over that a little bit. So basically, the main things in PGA 2K is really understanding your lie. That's kind of like, I don't know, 80% of the calculations that you have to make. You don't really have to worry about the wind when you chip unless you're chipping for over a long distance. But I mean, with chipping, I actually never really look at the wind, to be honest. So really what we're looking at here is the top right corner of the screen is really the lie. So for example, in this case, we are in the heavy rough. It says basically 66, 73%. Typically I cut it in half. So I'll say let's say 70% more or less of the shot I'm trying to make. So if you look at where this ball's supposed to land, theoretically the ball's more going to land here. And then another thing is to gauge the feel of the lie and then also the club you're hitting. So for example, I'm hitting a sandwich here. So if I were to hit a sandwich, it would probably end up where the arrow is because of the loft and the lie. If I were to go to, let's say, a pitching wedge, the line's further, but the ball's actually going to roll out a lot more. So if I'm really trying to get this ball in the hole, I probably want to go with a pitching wedge, even maybe one more. I'd probably go with a pitching wedge and just kind of hope it would get there. It might barely get there based on the calculations I'm making quickly. And in golf, just like full shots, one of the more important things is understanding your miss. So because if you look at I'm not sure exactly what settings we're on, but if you look at the perfect zone of which I can hit the shot timing wise is really small. So I personally feel like it's easier to go fast. Some people may feel like it's easier to go slow, and you also gain a little more distance, and it feels like you gain a little more roll as well when you go fast. So one of my tricks is to basically always go fast as you see in my videos. So like, because I'm going fast, I'm compensating for the direction. So I'm going to aim a little right because going fast typically the miss is left. And if I'm correct about my lie, which is here is the lie, the ball is pretty flat, so it should basically come off the face. If the ball is below my feet, meaning the lines are going to the right, it would mean the ball would start a little more right. So I have to aim a little more towards the hole. And then vice versa, if the ball's above my feet, I would have to aim a little right because it's actually going to come more right off the face. So in this case, it's a pretty straight lie. Let's see if we can make this happen. I'm going 100%, and I went fast, and there you have it. That's pretty close to going in. But those are really kind of like the small things that I do to make. Actually, let's see if we can. The one thing that's like, so it says E to change the ball direction, but E is also the button to change your club selection. So let's see, let's try and put one in the rough here, or like close by. Here you go, first cut. All right. So again, so this is like we're looking, first thing I'm doing is looking at the lie. So the lie is 90. So the lie is really not going to change that much in this shot. The actual stance, the lie, I guess the lie of the ball, what did you say, the lie of the grass, but where the ball's lying is pretty flat, maybe going a little right, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really change much. So I want to make sure I got enough club to get there, even though the lie is pretty flat. Typically, the game never really gives you the right club when you chip. That's another thing to kind of keep in mind. Really kind of make sure that you're choosing the right club based distance-wise. So if I want to really make sure I get the ball there, I would probably hit a pitching wedge. If I'm just trying to kind of cozy this one up close to the hole, I'd probably hit a gap wedge. You can also kind of, if you're playing with the meter, which typically when you play big tournaments, there's no meter. Actually, it's interesting. Why is the pitching wedge and the gap wedge are still 9 yards? That's interesting. But we'll just, for the sake of this shot, because we're trying to get it in the hole, we'll go with the pitching wedge. And you can see kind of, you have to also judge, obviously, the green and the slope of the green. The shot earlier was bending a little left. This one looks like it's going a little right. And we don't have to look at the lines in front, obviously, because the ball's carrying that distance. So the ball's not going to be affected by the slope here, but rather by the slope where the ball lands. So let's go a little closer to hole this time. We'll go like this, go fast again. That might be a little left, I think. Yeah, close again. Hey, Bubba. He's a puppy. But yeah, that's kind of the basis of the chipping for me. So like, as you see, like the two shots I've made, my dog is, you want love? Huh? You want love? Yeah, you want love. He's a good boy. A little doggy break. But yeah, let's try and go one more. Let's try and give ourselves a little more awkward lie so you kind of understand. Oh crap, I put it on the green. I'm just gonna cancel that and put me in a different section. That's a really long shot, but all right, let's just, actually no, that's not good. I really wish I could move the ball. I can't, which is kind of painful. Let's just putt this. Oh, allergy season in full bore. We're trying to just put this close to the green. Man, that's annoying. Let's go one more. All right, that's the lie we want right there. Okay, so this is a long one. So typically I probably would hit a splash from this kind of range, but just for the sake of the chipping motion and the basis of it. But as you see, this time the ball is actually in a little downslope. So the ball's gonna jump more forward off the club, which if you look at the lie, typically I would like gauge the lie being, because of the bounce going forward, I would expect this ball to come out at 100% more or less. We're hitting in, I mean, we're going to need it like a 7-iron if we want to get us all the way to the hole. And the ball's a little below my feet, so I'm going to aim a little more right. And let's see if we can get this all the way to the hole, and that's for sure going to miss left. Is that even going to roll all the way there? That's, honestly, that's not terrible. We'd make that putt on an extra round, but it's kind of painful that I can't move the ball. Actually, this is a pretty good one here if we can get this in the rough. All right. Last one. Last chip-in exercise. All right, it's a pretty good shot. I think we're on a downhill slope. We can't really tell the lines here. Yeah, we're definitely on a downhill slope. You can see the coloration of the lines is kind of yellow, even red here. So it's definitely going to go forward. We'll give it, we won't give it one more club, and it's a pretty straight. So now it's really a basis of like me getting it at judging the offline fastness of the shot correctly. So this looks about right. I'm going to go super fast, and that's a little too much again. But yeah, it's obviously easier on the shorter shots because the directional, like the amount of miss that you have on a directional standpoint is easier to control, or there's just more room for error rather. And yeah, that's basically how I chip. That's my basis. Again, understanding lie is really the rule of thumb. That's the most important thing because it's going to help you understand the distance. And if you can't control your distance, especially if there's break in the chip, or rather on the green where you're going to roll the ball, it's going to make it extremely difficult to kind of get it in the right line or in the right space to actually go in the hole. But yeah, judging space and then judging lie, and then also judging your lie. If it's uphill, you're going to get less. For example, like this is obviously uphill. So like if, let's do one more just for sake of it. If I was on a flat lie, I'd probably hit a pitching. I mean, I would have to hit it. Let's say the lie was 100%. I'd probably hit a pitching wedge. But because we're chipping uphill and the lie's crap, we're just going to hit an 8-iron, and then that's actually going to be really far. But give it a chance to go in, and that's kind of the basis of it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shorty today, little quick tips. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want more of this, if you guys have any questions on how I go, if I missed something, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to correct and add. Have a good one.